If you're fighting a lot of spell singers, including mages and necromancers, you may want to get hold of the Spellbreaker shield, one of the rewards for completing another Daedric Shrine quest. Probably saying this wrong, but Peryite is one that you'll need to go to all the way over to the eastern side of the map. Layaway and coming up from the south or to the north might be your best bet. Literally just between where it says Silverfish and River on the actual river line there. So this is a level 10 quest. You won't be able to start it until then, and you'll come across a strange phenomenon. All of the disciples are frozen in space. Seems their souls have been trapped in an actual Oblivion plane, and you've got to go and rescue them. And this is fairly simple, although it's quite a large area to go and explore with a couple of smaller dungeons to go through to progress. The markers are listed on the actual compass, so I'm not necessarily going to walk you beat for beat, but I am going to point out a few little things. You will be taking on a full plethora of typical Daedric demons here. Lots of clanifers, maybe imps, scamps and atriox, as well as some of the more powerful humanoid ones. If you actually turn right when you first spawn in, this is the route that I took, but obviously you can take whatever route you decide. And I'm not even sure you really need to even go into some of the dungeons. You should be able to even parkour across like I did there, and this is what you're looking for. So on this first one, immediately behind me, there was a door into the Sightless Grotto, and then once I got through that, it led me to the next area. Like I said, I think you could literally backtrack if you wanted to overland, and you'd probably go ahead and find all the locations as well. There's not really any kind of loot that I could see or find, nothing amazingly special, other than maybe a few pods that you would expect to see in these places. So yeah, I wouldn't worry or waste your time looking too hard. So by the time I made it through the second portion of this little dungeon and got out, the next one was pretty close by. And then following the green arrows on the compass, I did come across another sightless dungeon which I did go in, which eventually led me out to this area and this one. And if you really need help finding these, you can look it up on the wiki. I do believe there is a map, but honestly it's really not that challenging. One thing I'll note, this tower didn't seem to have much in it. I was hoping there'd be some sort of loot. There was no mechanism and there was barely any loot at all. Instead just a healing pool and a magical pool to go ahead and tap into. So yeah, basically this place is shaped a bit like a donut. You will come to a point where there is maybe a bit of a lava wall, otherwise you're going to have to walk all the way around. But if you've got a actual walking spell, you can go across it just like that. But you will of course take fire damage, so make sure you're healing or have a heal straight away. Dremora were here in a bit more numbers, so I'm not too sure if they spawned at the last one or just simply this would have had these guys anyway. But once I took care of them and some others, that was it, I was done. Simply had to return pretty much to the middle by following the land bridge all the way round back to a portal. Go back to the shrine and you get your reward, Spellbreaker. It reflects 30% of spell damage, which at first I couldn't really show off in good fashion since the disciples here weren't really attacking me with anything amazing. But eventually they got wind that maybe they should try some more automatic spells. You can see there actually it was reflecting onto other enemies. So it's not a direct one, it kind of will go where your shield is aiming. So a unique shield, I'm not too sure how much use it's gonna get. It's absolutely massive as well, but I do like the design and look of it. It can of course be used as part of the quest line where you hand over a Daedric artifact. And as usual, you will gain a fame point by completing this Daedric Shrine quest. And that's it. Until next time, Ratbags, I'll see you later.